When making a Tycoon game, you may have noticed that some people include a cash box that can be hit with your pickaxe so that you can gain additional currency. This is a pretty easy thing to create even within Creative 1.0, so let's hop right into it. The first thing you will need to do is you are going to need a prop. This prop can be any prop within Fortnite. For this example, I'm just going to select this treasure chest that the user will be able to hit and gain currency. If you haven't yet seen my tutorial on creating currency using the stat creator device, I highly recommend checking out that first. I will leave a link in the description to that video. So now, once we place the chest prop into the map, we are going to need a prop manipulator device. Once you place the prop manipulator device into the map, you are first going to want to attach it to your prop. You will notice that the prop manipulator has a red sphere around it. That means that it is currently not connected to a prop. As long as the prop manipulator is touching the prop, the sphere will change to green, indicating that it is connected to the prop. Keep in mind, you can only connect a prop manipulator to one prop. You can also change the setting of affects all objects in a zone if you would rather. Either way should work the same. Now that the prop manipulator is connected, we are going to want to go into the settings. For this example, we are going to use gold as our currency. You can click Override Resources and change to On. Then underneath that, it will show Resource Node Available, which means how much gold this prop contains. I recommend maxing this setting out to 5,000 for a Tycoon map. The next setting is Resource Node Given, which represents how much gold the player will receive every time they hit the prop with their pickaxe. For the example, we will just keep it at 1. The next setting is Resource Type. You can select their preset resources of either wood, stone, metal, or gold. Alternatively, you can also select Item. And from here, you can actually drop any item onto the prop manipulator, and that will be what the player receives every time they hit the box with their pickaxe. Another thing you need to do is you need to scroll down to the bottom of the settings, go to where it says Modify Prop Health, change that to Yes, and then Is Prop Invulnerable, you want to change that to Yes. So as you can see, if I drop a diamond into the prop manipulator, the player will receive 1 diamond every time they hit the prop. The next option we need to look into is the Resource Node Depletion mode. In a Tycoon scenario, you are going to want to select Restock on Delay or Restock over time. Typically, it shouldn't matter if you have set your max available to 5,000. But let me show you what this does. So if we change it to 20 maximum available and we select Restock on Delay, it means if you set this to 15 seconds, then when the player hits the box 20 times, the 15-second timer will begin and it will be fully restocked once the 15 seconds is up. The other option is Restock over time. The difference here is that the timer begins once the player first hits the box instead of the timer starting when the resources are fully depleted. I personally feel this is the better option to have in a Tycoon game format. That's pretty much all you have to do in order to receive gold or an item every time you hit the box. Now, another thing you can do if you use custom currency using stat devices like I showed in one of my previous tutorials, let's say you have already set up the stat creator, and for this example we will use gold, but can name your currency whatever you like. Next, we will need a stat counter device, and all we are going to do here is change the stat tracked to our currency we made with the stat creator. Then scroll down to change override type to add, and then change the override value to 1, or however much you want the player to gain when they hit the box. Now we just need to connect the devices. So we will go to the Functions tab of the stat counter, where it says Override Value when receiving from. You will want to select the prop manipulator attached to the box, and then select the event on harvesting. Then when you go into the game, you can see that you will gain 1 gold stat every time the player hits the box. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you is just to add a little extra flair by adding VFX when the player hits the box. So grab a VFX creator and go to the settings. First, I will change the sprite shape and change it to say an arrow for this example. Then I will change the sprite duration to 0.2. Then we want to change the sprite rotation alignment to speed, as this will help the arrow icon go upwards instead of a random direction. I will change the color to green to represent a positive increase. I'm going to lower the sprite speed to something like 20 or 30%. Now we are going to change the loop to never and loop duration to 0.5. And that's pretty much it. You can customize these settings to your liking. The last thing you're going to need to do is go to the Functions tab and go to Start Effect at Device, and then we are going to want to select our prop manipulator and select On Harvesting. Now, if you haven't already, you want to place the VFX creator on or inside your box. And there you have it, a simple mechanic for a cash currency box that can be hit in order to gain currency within your Tycoon game. If you have a suggestion for a tutorial that you would like me to do in the future, feel free to join my Discord server and post in the Suggest a Tutorial page. We got a decent little community going on the server if you need any help in Fortnite Creative. Don't forget to comment and subscribe if this video helped you, and we'll see you next time. Stay spicy, I'm out, peace.